Hello, welcome back to Snug Talk, the show episodic, whatever. You get the gist. You give me topics, I talk about them. Today is an inbox episode, but more so, I just want to talk about something that I've kind of been going through recently, and maybe, just maybe, giving my input might help someone else out there. And I want to start off by saying, do not give up. And it's taking everything in my power for me not to. But don't give up. I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I need to decide whether I chase my passion or I go for the safer option. I'm 19, college student, just finished my freshman year, and I feel like I'm running out of time to pick an option. Now, I know I'm young, and there's the quote, it's never too late to start over, it's never too late to redo. You have time, but I have like $200 to my name, and I've applied I feels like everywhere in my town for jobs, and I've got nothing in return. And the reason I'm saying all this is because I just feel so just tired of, I guess, holding on to hope. I feel so drained from holding on for so long. And I really didn't know why for a while. I didn't know why I felt so drained from believing in myself. I thought that was the one thing that was supposed to give me the power, But instead, I'm dreading it, really. Dreading the idea of continuing. And it took me a lot of thinking to realize, sure, maybe things aren't great right now, but I think it's important to remember where you started. I want to consider content creation a job. I want it to be... Of course, I'm not saying that in the sense that I'm only doing it to make money. Like, for instance, this channel isn't even my main channel in the slightest, if you can't tell by the upload schedule. But seriously, I mean, I'm not in it for that. I am just saying that in the sense that comparing a boring 9-to-5 job in an office to being able to make something where I'm actively impacting other people's lives, it's... I think there's an obvious better choice there. But it's obviously risky, The whole content creation thing. Sure, it's 2026 and more people are popular than ever before, and it's probably easier than ever before to kind of get your start out here, but I don't know. I just feel like it's such a gamble. It's just so hard to envision myself succeeding, Because most people don't. And sure, while most of the time you'll see the success stories, you can find the failures as well. And of course, sorry, failure is a very harsh word. I don't mean, absolute failure, why'd you even try, but I think it's understood what I mean. It's scary. It's scary to put so much time into something that might fail. I know it a lot. I've been doing this for years, and at times I would prioritize it over my school and my friendships, which has led me to a point where I graduated high school and I only have 2 friends from high school. And I kind of attribute that to spending so much time on content. I had the chance to talk to new people, but all of my time outside of being at school was just spent on my computer. I made my own hell, if you will. But back to the main topic of, not giving up. I think we all forget how easy it is to fail at our goals. And I think something that keeps me going is the quote-unquote failures that I mentioned a bit ago. The reason that they stopped is likely because they had the same thoughts as me, as you may be watching, as every smaller content creator. And not only did they have these thoughts, but they acted on them. They stopped. They went for something else. And from every story that I hear from people that stopped going for their ambitions, a common trend I'm seeing is that they wish they would have gone for their dream. They wish they would have gone for the passion. Because for them, the modernity, it's not enough. It's not enough to keep them satisfied. Also, don't mind me almost dying in the speedrun here. But sure, maybe they're making a decent wage. Sure, maybe they, are slightly comfortable. This economy is a little crazy, so, you can't be too comfortable. But they're not happy. And there's an amazing quote by Jim Carrey talking about, I think, his father. And it's that you can fail at what you're not good at. So you might as well try for what you want to do. You can fail at what you don't want to do. You can fail at what you don't want to see yourself doing. So why not go for the passion that you have, the dream that you have? And then you look back at all those thoughts you were having. All the doubt that you had, people not believing in you, and people not thinking your ideas are good enough. You not believing your ideas are good enough and not giving yourself the credit you deserve for how far you've come. And you realize maybe this is just part of the journey. Maybe these thoughts are just part of the journey. And maybe, just maybe, me thinking these things is a sign that I'm going the right direction. I'm not saying be hard on yourself. And I'm not saying, you have to, go through this to end up succeeding. Because there's such things as one-hit wonders. People make it on, this flick, they wake up and they're all of a sudden out there. Shoot, me personally, I had a video where I posted it, went to bed, woke up, and I had about 50,000 views. Ended up getting 8 times that. Now you might be thinking, how are you talking about this? You've already made it. Well, it's a one-hit wonder for a reason, alright? I haven't had another thing since that. But, anyway. Just don't give up. Take it from someone who I feel like is about to. But I probably won't. I'll try to keep going. And I know it'll be hard, and I know there'll be a lot of mornings where I wake up and I don't want to keep going, but maybe that is just part of the journey. Maybe that's just something you have to do in order to find yourself in a position where you want to be. Because, shoot, you hear it from the greats, you hear them have speeches about do not give up, whatever you do. I worked for this position even though I didn't believe in myself for so long. And while it's always, a little sketchy from some sources that have, quote unquote made it, I think there's some truth in that. There's some truth in not giving up. Shoot, I did content creation for 6 years, and I did get that big video eventually after I spent days and days and days and days of working on this passion, of working on what I wanted to do. And I hope it's clear that this isn't only about content creation. It's about whatever you want to pursue. Whether you want to make videos, make music, make art, shoot, go into accounting, you want to have a visually, stereotypical boring job. Just do what you want. Follow your dreams. Seriously. Just do not give up. Thank you for watching.